The night sky over South Korea was clear. Stars shone brightly above the Korean Space Agency's Deep Space Monitoring Station. It was 2:15 a.m., and most of the staff had gone home. Only Lieutenant Han Soo and Dr. Kim Ji remained, watching the screens. Han Soo sipped his cold coffee. He was tall and thin, with short black hair and tired eyes. He had been working at the station for 5 years. Tonight was just another quiet shift. "Anything interesting?" he asked Kim Ji, who was typing at her computer. Kim Ji pushed her glasses up her nose. "Same as always, just routine scans." Then it happened. A sharp beep came from one of the machines. Then another, and another. "What's that?" Han Soo stood up quickly, spilling his coffee. Kim Ji's fingers flew across the keyboard. "We're picking up a signal. It's not one of ours. A satellite malfunction." "No." Kim Ji's voice was quiet. "It's coming from beyond our solar system." Han Soo felt his heart beat faster. "Are you saying?" "Yes." Kim Ji looked up, her eyes wide. "It's alien." For years, humans had sent messages into space, hoping for a response. Now it seemed someone had answered. The next 24 hours were a blur. More staff arrived. Government officials in suits came and went. Everyone wanted to see the alien signal. Han Soo and Kim Ji worked without rest. They fed the signal into the station's most powerful computers. Slowly, patterns emerged. The aliens were using math to communicate. Math was the same everywhere in the universe. 3 days later, they had their first breakthrough. "It's a language," Kim Ji explained to the room full of officials. "They're teaching us how to understand them." "What are they saying?" asked the defense minister. Han Soo typed a command. The computer screen filled with translated text. At first, everyone was excited. This was first contact with an alien civilization. But as Han Soo read more, his excitement turned to fear. "They call themselves the Doman Sovereignty," he said. "And they're not just saying hello." Kim Ji pointed to a section of the message. "According to this, they consider Earth their property. They say humans are primitives, not worthy of respect." The room grew quiet. "Are they threatening us?" someone asked. Han Soo nodded slowly. "They're coming to claim Earth. They don't see us as equals. They see us as animals to be controlled or removed." The defense minister's phone rang. He answered it, listened, then looked at the others with fear in his eyes. "There are objects entering Earth's orbit," he said. "Hundreds of them. Too small to be ships, but definitely not natural." Han Soo turned to the window. In the night sky, tiny points of light were moving. Not like stars or satellites. They moved with purpose, forming patterns. "They're already here," Kim Ji whispered. Within hours, the strange objects were visible from every part of Earth. People took pictures. News channels showed nothing else. Some people panicked. Others thought it was a trick or a natural event. Han Soo and Kim Ji knew better. They worked day and night, translating more messages. The picture became clearer and more frightening. "The objects are scanners," Han Soo told world leaders in an emergency meeting. "The Doman are studying us, our cities, our weapons, our defenses." "Why?" asked the President of the United States. "To prepare for their arrival," Kim Ji said. "According to their messages, the main fleet will be here in 6 months." The room erupted in shouting and questions. Han Soo felt numb. In 6 months, everything would change. Humanity was not alone in the universe, and their new neighbors were not friendly. 6 months had passed since the first alien message. The world had changed. Countries that once fought each other now worked together. They had one goal: prepare for the Doman invasion. In Seoul, a new building stood tall. It was the Earth Defense Force Academy. The best young minds from around the world trained here. They would be the first line of defense against the aliens. Colonel Han Soo walked down a bright hallway. He had been promoted after first contact. Now he led the training of new recruits. How are the new teams doing? He asked his assistant. Most are good, but Squad 7 is different. Han Su smiled. I want to see them. They entered a large room with screens on all walls. 4 young people sat at desks, wearing virtual reality headsets. They were fighting a simulated battle against Doman forces. That's Park Jin. Han Su's assistant pointed to a young man who gave quick commands to the others. 22 years old. Brilliant tactical mind. But he doesn't like rules. On the main screen, virtual Doman soldiers advanced with energy shields. Most human squads in the simulation were losing, but not Squad 7. Split up, Park Jin ordered. Nari, can you find a weakness in their shields? The only woman in the group nodded. She had short hair and moved her hands quickly over a virtual keyboard. That's Lee Nari, Han Su's assistant explained. 20 years old. Engineering genius. She remembers everything she sees. On the screen, Lee Nari studied the Doman shields. The energy field is weaker at the joints. Aim there. A third team member, a thin man with quick fingers, adjusted his virtual weapon. Targeting system locked. He fired, hitting a Doman soldier exactly where the shield was weakest. Choi Ta, the assistant said, 21, former professional video game player, best shooter in the academy. The fourth member of the team spoke in a strange language, the Doman tongue. He listened to enemy communications through a headset. Kang Du, said the assistant, linguistics expert. He learned the Doman language faster than anyone. He can understand their battle commands. Kang Du spoke quickly. They're planning to surround us from the east. Park Jin smiled. That's what I wanted. Tai. Nari. Now. On screen, the squad sprung a trap. They had hidden devices that disrupted the Doman shields. As the aliens moved east, the devices activated. Suddenly, the Doman soldiers were exposed. Squad 7 didn't waste the opportunity. In minutes, the simulation was over. Squad 7 had won. The 4 recruits removed their headsets. They saw Colonel Han Su watching them and stood at attention. At ease, Han Su said, impressive work. You've defeated the simulation 12 times now. No other squad has managed even once. Park Jin stepped forward. Thank you, sir, but it's still just a simulation. We don't know if it will work against real Doman. True. Han Su looked serious. But we may find out soon. Our satellites have detected Doman ships entering the solar system. The room grew quiet. How many? Asked Lee Nari. Hundreds, Han Su replied. They'll reach Earth in 3 days. Choi Ta cracked his knuckles nervously. Are we ready? No, Han Su said honestly. Their technology is far beyond ours. But we have something they don't expect. What's that, sir? Asked Kang Du. Han Su looked at each of them. We have you. And others like you. Young minds who think differently. The Doman believe we are primitive. They expect us to fight like traditional armies. They don't expect what Squad 7 can do. Park Jin nodded, his eyes determined. When do we start real training, sir? Han Su checked his watch. Now. The Earth Defense Council wants to see your methods. You're being deployed to the front lines. The 4 young defenders looked at each other. This was no longer a game. In 3 days, they would face a real alien invasion, and the fate of Earth might depend on what they did. The sky turned red on the day the Doman arrived. Their ships darkened the clouds above every major city on Earth. In Seoul, people looked up in fear. Some ran. Others stayed and watched. Colonel Han Su stood on the roof of the Defense Academy. Next to him, Squad 7 waited for orders. They wore new battle suits made from Earth's best technology. But compared to what they saw in the sky, their equipment seemed simple and weak. They're bigger than we expected, Park Jin said, looking up at the massive ships. Lee Nari checked her tablet. I'm counting 50 ships over Seoul alone. The other cities report similar numbers, Han Su said. They're attacking everywhere at once. The first Doman ship opened. A bright light shot down to the street below. When it faded, 20 alien soldiers stood there. They were tall, with blue-gray skin. Each wore armor that glowed with energy. "Their shields are active," Lee Neri said, "just like in our simulations." The Doman soldiers began to move. They carried weapons that fired blue energy. When the energy hit buildings, the buildings melted. Earth's defense forces attacked. Tanks fired. Jets dropped bombs. Soldiers shot their guns. Nothing worked. The Doman shields stopped everything. Park Jin watched as the alien forces pushed forward. Earth's military was losing badly. Han Su's radio crackled. "All regular forces, fall back. I repeat, fall back." "Sir," Park Jin said, "let us try." Han Su hesitated. Then he nodded. "Do what you can. But be careful. These aren't simulations anymore." Squad 7 moved quickly down to street level. They split up as they had practiced so many times. "Kangdu, what are they saying?" Park Jin asked through his radio. Kangdu was hiding nearby, listening to the Doman communications. "They're laughing at our weapons. They say we're fighting like children." "Good," Park Jin smiled. "They think we're stupid." "Nari, are you in position?" Lee Neri was 3 blocks away. She had placed small devices on the ground. "Ready. The disruptors are set, just like we planned." Ta. Choi Ta was on a rooftop with a special rifle Lee Neri had designed. "I have a clear shot at their commander. Just say when." Park Jin took a deep breath. "Now." Lee Neri activated her devices. They sent out waves that hit the Doman shields. The shields didn't break, but they flickered. "It's working," she shouted. "The shield frequency is changing just like in the simulation." Choi Ta didn't waste the opportunity. He fired his rifle at the exact moment the Doman commander's shield weakened. The bullet passed through and hit the alien's armor. It didn't kill the commander, but it shocked the Doman forces. They had believed their shields were perfect. "They're confused," Kangdu reported. "The commander is ordering them to fall back and regroup." "Now, everyone attack together," Park Jin ordered. Squad 7 and the remaining Earth forces fired at the Doman soldiers while their shields were weak. 3 aliens fell, then 5 more. The Doman commander gave an angry order. The aliens retreated back to their ship. For the first time since the invasion began, humans had won a battle. Park Jin couldn't believe it. "We did it. We actually did it." Han Su approached with a group of military leaders. "What you did was impressive, but it's just one small victory. There are thousands more Doman across the world. But now we know they can be beat," Lee Neri said. "Their shields have a weakness. We just need to tell everyone." Han Su nodded. "That's exactly what we'll do. Squad 7, you're going to train other squads. Show them what you did here." As they walked back to the academy, Park Jin looked up at the Doman ships. The aliens had superior technology and numbers. The fight would be long and hard. But today, humans had shown they wouldn't be conquered easily. Today, Earth had hope. 2 weeks after their first victory, Squad 7 sat in the Academy's meeting room. They had been training other teams day and night. Everyone was tired. "Get some rest," Colonel Han Su told them. "You've earned it." As the others left, Kangdu stayed behind. He looked worried. "Sir, I found something in the Doman communications," he said. "They're planning something new." Han Su frowned. "What is it?" "They're sending a special team to Earth, not soldiers this time. They want to capture human scientists. They want to learn how we beat their shields." Han Su called the squad back immediately. When everyone returned, Kangdu explained what he had heard. "They're targeting the academy," he said. "They know this is where we develop our defenses." "When are they coming?" Park Jin asked. "Tomorrow night." Choi Ta looked nervous. "Should we evacuate?" Park Jin thought for a moment. Then he smiled. "No, This is our chance to capture one of them, to learn about their plans. How? Li Neri asked. They'll come with weapons and shields. We'll set a trap, Park Jin said. Tai, remember that game you used to play? The one with the false information. Choi Tai nodded slowly. You mean we create a fake network? Make them think they're accessing our files. But actually, we'll be watching them, Park Jin finished. They worked through the night. Li Neri built a separate computer system. Choi Ta filled it with fake research files. Kang Du added domain language labels to make it look authentic. The next night, they waited. The Academy's real research was hidden. The building appeared almost empty. At midnight, the alarm sounded. Security cameras showed 5 domain soldiers entering through the roof. They moved silently, their shields glowing faintly. They're heading for the research lab, Han Su said, watching the screens. Perfect, Park Jin replied. In the lab, the domain team found computers turned on. They connected their devices to download information. Now, Park Jin ordered. Choi Tai pressed a button. The fake network activated. On their screens, Squad 7 could see that the domain soldiers thought they were downloading research files. But actually, they were stuck in a virtual trap. Their systems are connected to ours now, Li Neri said excitedly. I can see how their technology works. Meanwhile, Han Su led security teams to surround the lab. The domain soldiers soon realized something was wrong. They tried to disconnect, but it was too late. Their shields are powered down, Li Neri reported. The connection to our system drained their energy. The security team burst into the lab. Without their shields, the domain soldiers couldn't fight back effectively. 4 were captured. 1 tried to escape. He's heading for the roof, Kang Du shouted, watching the cameras. Park Jin ran up the stairs. He reached the roof just as the domain soldier was activating some kind of device. Stop, Park Jin shouted. The alien turned. For the first time, Park Jin saw a domain face without a helmet. It looked almost human, but with blue-gray skin and large eyes. The domain spoke in its language. Park Jin didn't understand, but he could tell it was afraid. We won't hurt you, Park Jin said, even though he knew the alien couldn't understand him. But then the domain surprised him. It spoke in rough English. Humans, primitive. How did you defeat us? Park Jin stepped closer. We're not as primitive as you think. The security team arrived and secured the alien. This one seemed important. Its armor was different from the others. Back in the command center, Han Su looked pleased. Excellent work, Squad 7. We've captured our first high-ranking domain officer, and thanks to Li Neri, we now have access to their communication devices. What do we do now? Choi Tai asked. Now, Han Su said, we learn everything we can about our enemy. Kang Du nodded, and maybe find out why they really came to Earth. For the first time since the invasion, humans were one step ahead of the domain. The real fight was just beginning. For 3 days, the captured domain officer sat in a special room at the academy. The walls were strong. Guards watched all the time. The alien would not speak. Park Jin visited every day. He tried to talk to the domain. He asked questions. The alien just stared with its large eyes. On the 4th day, Park Jin brought Kang Du with him. Let me try, Kang Du said. He spoke to the alien in its own language. The domain's eyes widened. It replied slowly. What did it say? Park Jin asked. He asked how I learned their language, Kang Du explained. He spoke to the alien again. His name is Cairo. He's a fleet commander. Park Jin smiled. This was progress. Ask him why they attacked Earth. Kang Du translated the question. The alien, Cairo, spoke for a long time. He says the domain need new worlds, Kang Du explained. But not for the reason they told us. They're not a supreme power. They're actually afraid. Afraid of what? There are stronger aliens out there. The Domen are expanding quickly to protect themselves. Earth was supposed to be an easy victory. Meanwhile, in another room, Lee Neri was studying the captured Domen technology. She connected their devices to computers. She tested their weapons. She learned how their shields worked. Choi Ta joined her. Find anything useful? Lee Neri pointed to a screen. Look at this. The Domen have been sending messages to this location. The screen showed a star system far from Earth. They said that's their home, Choi Ta said. Yes, but look at the energy readings, Lee Nari pointed. The messages go there, but then they bounce to another location. They've been hiding their real home. The squad gathered with Colonel Han Su to share what they had learned. The Domen lied about everything, Park Jin explained. They're not the strongest aliens out there. They're in the middle. They're conquering worlds to build strength. And Earth was supposed to be an easy target, Han Su added. Yes, Lee Neri said, but there's more. Their homeworld isn't where they said it was. They'd been protecting their real location. She showed them a map of stars. Their actual home is here. It's much closer to Earth than they claimed. Can we confirm this? Han Su asked. Kang Du nodded. Cairo admitted it when I questioned him. Their leaders are hiding on this planet. Most Domen citizens don't even know they're attacking Earth. The room was quiet as everyone understood what this meant. Their real home is vulnerable, Park Jin said finally. They left minimal defenses there because they didn't think we could ever reach it. Choi Ta looked excited. So if we could somehow get there, we could end this war, Park Jin finished. Han Su shook his head. How? We don't have ships that can travel that far. Lee Neri smiled. But the Domen do. And we captured one of their small transport ships intact last week. Are you suggesting we use their own ship to reach their homeworld? Han Su asked. Why not? Park Jin stood up. It's the last thing they would expect. We could bring their leaders to the negotiating table, or at least learn enough about them to defend Earth properly. Han Su thought for a long time. Finally, he said, this is extremely dangerous, but it might be our best chance. He looked at each member of Squad 7. I'll propose this to Earth Defense Command. If they approve, are you willing to go? Park Jin looked at his teammates. Choi Ta nodded firmly. Kang Du smiled. Lee Neri gave a thumbs up. Yes, sir, Park Jin said. We're ready. That night, as they prepared for the most dangerous mission humans had ever attempted, Park Jin looked at the stars. Somewhere out there was the real Domen homeworld. Soon, they would be the first humans to see it. And perhaps the last. The captured Domen ship was small and cramped. It had room for only 6 people. Squad 7 sat in uncomfortable seats as Lee Neri studied the controls. Can you fly it? Park Jin asked. Lee Neri nodded. Cairo showed me the basics. The ship mostly flies itself. For 3 days, they had prepared. They learned Domen customs from Cairo. They studied maps of the alien homeworld. They packed special equipment Lee Neri had made. Colonel Han Su entered the ship. Earth Defense Command has approved the mission. You leave in 1 hour. How will we look like Domen? Choi Ta asked. They'll know we're human immediately. Han Su handed them each a small device. Lee Neri created these from Domen technology. They project a holographic disguise. The devices fit around their necks. When activated, they covered the humans with the image of Domen soldiers. Remember, Han Su said seriously, this is a stealth mission. Get to their central command, plant the virus, and get out. Do not engage in combat unless absolutely necessary. Park Jin nodded. We understand, sir. 1 hour later, the ship rose into the sky. It moved faster than any Earth vehicle. Soon, they were in space, looking down at their blue planet. Setting course for the Domen homeworld, Lee Neri said. She pressed buttons on the alien control panel. The stars blurred. The ship entered what Cairo had called fold space. Everything outside the windows became strange colors. How long until we arrive? Kang Du asked. About 12 hours, Li Neri replied. They took turns sleeping. When they woke, the ship was slowing down. Through the windows, they saw a planet with 2 small moons. It was mostly brown, with small oceans. That's it, Park Jin said. The real Doman homeworld. The ship received a message. A Doman controller asked for their identification. Kang Du responded in perfect Doman language, using the codes Cairo had given them. The controller approved their landing. No one suspected they were humans. The ship landed at a small port away from the main city. Squad 7 activated their disguises and stepped onto alien soil. The Doman world was hot and dry. The gravity was slightly stronger than Earth's. They walked carefully, trying to move like Doman soldiers. The central command building is there. Park Jin pointed to a tall tower in the distance. They took a transport vehicle to the city. All around them were Doman civilians. They looked similar to the soldiers, but wore no armor. Some were very young, Doman children. They're just people, Choi Ta whispered, living their lives. Yes, Kang Du replied. Most of them don't even know about the war with Earth. In the city center, they saw large screens showing news broadcasts. Kang Du listened carefully. The government is telling them that humans are violent savages, he explained. They're saying we attacked Doman peaceful explorers. Complete lies, Park Jin said. As they approached the central command building, a young Doman stopped them. It spoke quickly to Kang Du. What is it saying? Li Nari asked. She's asking if we're from the Earth mission. Kang Du replied, surprised. She says there are others who know the truth. The young Doman led them down a side street to a small building. Inside were more Doman civilians. They looked at Squad 7 with curiosity. They're part of a peace movement, Kang Du explained after talking with them. They've been getting secret transmissions from Earth. They know their government is lying about humans. Can they help us? Park Jin asked. Kang Du spoke to the Doman again. Then he smiled. Yes. One of them works in the central command building. She can get us inside without questions. With their new ally, Squad 7 entered the command building through a service entrance. They reached the central computer room. How long do you need? Park Jin asked Li Nari. 5 minutes to plant Choi's virus, she replied. Do it, Park Jin ordered. With this virus in their systems, Earth will have a fighting chance. As Li Nari worked, Park Jin looked out a window at the Doman city. For the first time, he saw their enemy as real people, not just invaders. And he understood that ending this war might save both worlds. It's done, Li Nari said. Her fingers moved away from the Doman computer. The virus is uploaded. It will activate when I send the signal from our ship. Park Jin nodded. Good work. Now let's get out of here before. An alarm sounded. Red lights flashed in the hallway outside. What happened? Choi Ta asked, looking nervous. Their Doman ally spoke quickly to Kang Du. She says someone reported strange soldiers in the building. Kang Du translated. They're checking everyone's identification. We need to move, Park Jin said. Back to the ship. Now. They ran through the corridors of the command building. Their holographic disguises still worked, but security officers were stopping everyone. There's a back exit, their Doman ally said through Kang Du. Follow me. She led them down a service corridor. They could hear soldiers behind them. Just as they reached a door, it opened. 3 senior Doman officials stood there, surrounded by guards. The council, Kang Du whispered. The rulers of the Doman. For a moment, everyone froze. Then one council member pointed at Squad 7. He spoke sharply. He says our disguises are flickering. Kang Du translated. They know we're not Doman. The guards raised their weapons. Park Jin knew they had seconds to act. Li Nari, activate the virus now, he shouted. Li Nari pressed a button on her device. Immediately, the lights in the building went out. The guards' weapons made a strange noise and shut down. Run, Park Jin ordered. They pushed past the confused guards and council members. Their Doman ally showed them a different way out of the building. They ran through the streets toward their ship. All across the city, Doman technology was failing. Ships fell from the sky. Vehicles stopped. Weapons wouldn't fire. They'd reached their ship just as a group of Doman soldiers caught up to them. But the soldiers' weapons didn't work. Squad 7 climbed aboard and closed the door. "Get us into orbit," Park Jin told Lee Nari. As their ship rose, they could see the chaos below. The virus had spread through the entire Doman network. In orbit, they received an urgent message from Earth. Colonel Han Su appeared on their screen. "The virus worked," he said. "Doman ships everywhere are losing power. Their weapons are offline. Their shields are down." Park Jin smiled. "What now, sir?" "Now we talk to them," Han Su replied. "We've established direct communication with the Doman Council." The screen changed. The same council members they had seen in the building now looked at them from a different room. Their faces showed anger and fear. Colonel Han Su spoke to them. "I am Colonel Han Su of Earth. Your invasion of our world has failed. Your weapons no longer work, but we are not here to destroy you." Kang Du translated Han Su's words. The council members looked surprised. "Tell them we know they lied to their own people about us," Han Su continued. "Tell them we know they're afraid of other alien powers. Tell them we can be allies instead of enemies." As Kang Du translated, the council members talked among themselves. Finally, one stepped forward. "They ask what we want," Kang Du said. "Tell them we want peace," Han Su replied. "Tell them to withdraw their forces from Earth. Tell them if they refuse, the virus will permanently disable their technology, leaving them defenseless against their real enemies." The lead council member spoke for a long time. "He says they agree to negotiate," Kang Du translated. "They will call back their forces." Park Jin couldn't believe it. "We did it. We actually did it." "Not yet," Han Su cautioned. "There's one more thing to do. Kang Du, can you broadcast to all Doman citizens?" "Yes, through their public channels." "Good. Tell them the truth about Earth. Tell them about the peace movement. Tell them their leaders lied." And so Kang Du spoke to the entire Doman civilization. He told them about Earth, about humans, and about how their leaders had deceived them. As Squad 7 began their journey home, they knew the war was ending, but the real work of peace was just beginning. 1 year had passed since Squad 7's mission to the Doman homeworld. Earth looked different now. In major cities, humans and Doman walked together on the streets. Alien technology mixed with human designs. The world was changing faster than anyone had imagined. Park Jin stood on a platform in Seoul. Behind him was a new ship. It was larger than any spacecraft humans had built before. Its hull combined Earth and Doman technology. "Are you nervous?" Lee Nari asked. She wore a formal uniform with both Earth and Doman symbols. "A little," Park Jin admitted. "This is bigger than anything we trained for. Bigger than saving the world from alien invasion." Choi Ta laughed. He too wore the new uniform. "Different," Park Jin said. "We're not fighting anymore. We're building something." Kang Du joined them. Next to him walked a Doman. It was Cairo, the officer they had captured a year ago. Now he was their ally and friend. "The Galactic Council is ready to receive you," Cairo said. His English was much better now. "They're curious about humans." After the war ended, the truth had come out. The Doman weren't the only intelligent species in the galaxy. There were dozens. Many were more advanced than either humans or Doman. They had watched the conflict with interest. "When do we leave?" Park Jin asked. In 1 hour, Colonel Han Su approached the group. He was a general now. "The president wants to speak with you first." They followed Han Su to a meeting room. The president of the United Earth government waited there. After the Doman War, countries had formed a single government to deal with galactic matters. "Squad 7, the president nodded to them. You're about to make history again. The first humans to attend the Galactic Council meeting. We're honored, Park Jin said. The Doman will present Earth for membership, the president continued. 1 year ago, they were our enemies. Now they sponsor our entry into galactic society. It's remarkable. They needed us as much as we needed them, Lee Neri said. Our creativity, their technology. Together, we're stronger. That's what you'll tell the council, the president said. That humans bring something new to the galaxy, our adaptability, our different way of thinking. An hour later, Squad 7 boarded the new ship. It was called Peace. Half its crew were human, half were Doman. As the ship rose into space, Park Jin looked down at Earth. He remembered the first day the Doman arrived. How afraid everyone had been. How impossible victory had seemed. I never thought we'd end up here, Choi Ta said, looking at the stars. Going to meet other aliens as friends. The Doman thought we were primitive, Kang Du said. The other aliens might think the same. Let them, Park Jin smiled. Being underestimated worked in our favor before. The ship accelerated. Earth became a small blue dot behind them. Ahead was the Galactic Council station. It orbited a distant star, where representatives of many species met. What if they reject us? Lee Neri asked quietly. They won't, Park Jin said confidently. Remember what makes humans special. We adapt. We learn. We work together. That's how we turned enemies into friends. The ship approached the massive station. It was like a small city in space. Ships of different designs surrounded it. Look at that, Choi Ta pointed. So many different alien species. And now humans will join them, Kang Du said proudly. As they prepared to dock, Park Jin gathered his team one last time. Whatever happens in there, he said, remember how far we've come. From defending our planet to taking our place among the stars. The ship docked. The doors opened. Squad 7 stepped forward together, ready to introduce humanity to the galaxy. The young defenders of Earth had become its ambassadors, and the universe would never be the same.